my name is Susan Taylor, and I go to Midwestern State University. Today I'm doing a presentation for my Multimedia Development 2 course, and the title of my presentation is An Introduction to the Industrial Revolution. How can you change the world with one good idea? An Introduction to the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, we got that Thomas New coming at ya. Let's go. Yeah.
Before the mid-1700s, humans lived by where the food was growing. Life expectancy of 35, limited education, riding horses, simple weapons, every item you can own, and made within your small community, your family or companions. 1750 started in Great Britain, clothing industry, weaving machines increased the speed to build them. The spinning jenny water frame improved the process, water kept machines going, then they made the steam engine. And the steam engine changed everything. Railroads, steamboats, coal from mines, cotton dyes, in pretend production to pay humans. Breeders, high, but coal was cheap and efficient. All machines are mechanized. New manufacturing, industrial revolution, from small shops to factories. Changes in energy, technology, transportation, different way of life on any. Steam engines are working, more machines are turning for an economic benefit, but the city's now overcrowded. From agricultural to industrial population, many people moved into the cities to work in. Couldn't support them, it's crowded, unsanitary, and poor conditions within factories where people working. And steel everywhere, mass produced, replacing wood as the main building tool. Got that telegraph, MSR, delivered the same night. New farming tools help to increase the food supply. Profiting companies, efficient production lines, polluting air with nuclear waste, carbon dioxide. The towns provided human benefits economically, but damage the environment negatively. New manufacturing, industrial revolution, from small shops to factories. Changes in energy, technology, transportation, different way of life on any. Steam engines are working, more machines are turning for an economic benefit, but the city's now overcrowded.
Okay, so I have a few questions for you to think about after that video. What was the Industrial Revolution? When and where did it take place? What was invented during the Industrial Revolution? Are we currently in an Industrial Revolution? And how could you change the world with one good idea? What was the Industrial Revolution? Simply put, the Industrial Revolution was the transition from creating goods by hand to using machines. When and where did the Industrial Revolution start? The Industrial Revolution began around 1760 and lasted until about 1840. It started in Great Britain and made its way to America in 1793 with the introduction of the first water-powered roller-spinning textile mill. And what's a textile? Well, a textile is simply clothing, a blanket, a towel. What was invented during the Industrial Revolution?
Hi, I'm John Kay. I've been asked by Mr. Wimble to talk about my invention, which helps revolutionize the manufacturing industry. It was called the flying shuttle, and before I invented it, one person could only do so much width of the fabric that they were weaving. But the flying shuttle, here it is here, it allowed one person to stretch an even wider fabric and really allowed more and more people to take up manufacturing. It allowed people to power the loom like the next invention. As you can see from my face, I'm James Hargreaves. I invented something called the spinning jenny. Now, this really had a huge impact on manufacturing. What it did is it allowed home-based machines, which really increased the speed at which people could weave fabric. Now, not twice as fast, not 3 times as fast, but you guessed it, 8 times faster than if they were doing it by hand. the spinning jenny had a huge impact on weaving and manufacturing in general. Whoa, hey, I'm Richard Arkwright. I seem to be in the air, hold on. That's better. I'm Richard Arkwright. I invented, basically it's called the water frame. Let me show it to you. It's a water-powered spinning machine. So the water goes through the little turbines and it actually runs the machine, which means obviously it's a renewable energy, which is ahead of its time, but also it meant you couldn't actually do the weaving in a home. So my invention, the water frame in 1769, basically led to the creation of factories, because people built a big building by the water to run their machinery. Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Samuel Crompton. I combined the spinning jenny and the water frame into one device. Therefore, I was able to hugely increase the production of the fine thread that was being made. I called it the spinning mule, and it happened in around 1779. How about we go to a different location and talk to Eddie Cartwright? Hey there, I'm Ed Cartwright. In 1785, I invented something called the power loom. Now, what the power loom did was, it was a water-powered device, and it automatically, that was the big thing, it automatically and quickly wove thread into cloth. This meant that a whole heap of thread could be very quickly made into cloth by very few people who were simply ensuring that my power loom worked effectively. But where did we get the thread from? Well, usually it was cotton. And very helpfully, a couple of years later, we have... Yeah, g'day, Eli Whitney here. I invented the cotton gin. This was an incredibly amazing device, even if I say so myself. What it did was separated cotton from the cotton seeds, which was a finicky kind of thing to do, which we used to get slaves to do, but now the machine could do it. What this did was it increased the supply of cotton to the world, while at the same time actually lowering the cost of the raw cotton. In other words, I managed to increase the supply of cotton for the manufacturers in England by a massive amount. Thanks. Let's move on to Elias. Hello, my name is Elias Howe. I am also American. I invented something many of you have in your homes right now. This invention increased the speed of sewing tenfold. Okay, I can't back up the tenfold, but a lot. I invented in 1846 the sewing machine. So, from all these inventors, we can see that the whole process of making clothes changed. It went from being home-based, having people working by hand, making one set of cloth at a time, to, via the weave and the loom and the flying shuttle, being able to make longer pieces of fabric, these fabrics being powered by water, then the cotton gin allowing the actual supply of the fabric to increase. And so this process revolutionized the way fabric was made. We went from home-based, single people working one person at a time, one cloth at a time, to huge buildings, usually near water, powering machines which automatically turned thread into cloth and was then able to be made into fabrics. This weaving and this process is a key part of the Industrial Revolution.
Okay, so that video was a little long, but I wanted you all to see the pictures and get an idea of who the inventors were, because the names of these aren't going to give you a picture inside of your mind. So there were so many inventions, and to the right is a brief timeline of some of the first inventions that changed the world. These inventions improved the world economy, productivity, and how people lived. Now, I'm not going to go over all of these. It is in your packets. So this weekend, I do want you to familiarize yourself with the inventors, the inventions, and the dates. Here is 10 events that boosted the Industrial Revolution. Again, I'm not going to read through all of these, but they are in your packet. So this weekend, please read over that. It will be important coming next week. Are we in an industrial revolution currently? What do you guys think? Well, yes, we are. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. The third industrial revolution saw the invention of the internet and cell phones. We have entered the fourth industrial revolution with robotic process automation, AI, and social media. And here it tells you a little bit about that, but you can read that on your own time as well. So here we have the fourth industrial revolution. This shows us first, second, third, and fourth. Please pay close attention to that whenever you study your packets this weekend as well. So how could you change the world with one good idea? You have the power to change the world. Keep learning, dreaming, and creating. Remember, all these inventions were created by people who began with one good idea. In conclusion, the Industrial Revolution was a stepping stone to bigger and better inventions. The world became easier for people. We were able to move off farms and into cities. People made more money, and it ushered us into 3 more industrial revolutions. Revolutions that have continued to make living easier. Without the Industrial Revolution, we might still be riding horses and be without very important medicines. We are going to learn so much about the history behind even bigger and better inventions. So your homework this weekend, read over your packets and get familiar with the inventions and their inventors. Get creative. Think about what you would invent to change the fourth industrial revolution. You will be doing a project over your invention, so this is a big decision for you to make. Any questions? No? Good. So the end. Have a great weekend, and thank you for being such great listeners.